Yo homies, what's going on? As always, thank you guys for clicking on the video. I hope that you guys are having a dope and positive day. One thing I do want to say is always strive to be better. Never feel too content to where you're at, because there's always something greater than what you could be doing. All right. Now, speaking about striving to be better, that's one thing that I always believe with Warframe, is that it's an exceptional game, and there's no reason for it to be at the position to where it's at, because I feel like it's one of the greatest games out there currently, right? Now, one thing I do want to say is that in this video, I am going to be venting. I am going to be the most honest I've ever been with you guys ever in any one of my videos. So you guys leave me some comments. I'm going to give you guys all my feedbacks about YouTubers, about the community, and the direction to where DE is going. Now, whenever you have an opinion, a lot of people try to take that opinion, spin it, flip it, and make it seem like you're being negative. Everything that I'm saying is coming from a place of love, to where I want this game to be better. So whenever you care about something a lot and you care about a community a lot, you are going to speak about it because you don't want to see anything happen to that community. I just want to get that out there, okay? So we're going to hit a lot of different topics, so I want you guys to pay attention. Let me know your thoughts, because these are feedbacks that I'm really looking for, okay? Now, first and foremost, let's go ahead and start. One thing I want to say is that this community is weird. Let's go ahead and start it. You guys know me, and one thing I do, I always say what's on my mind. This community is hecka weird, because this community, a large portion of it is fighting against content, and then you have another side who is fighting for content. So instead of us getting content, we're fighting against ourselves, because we can't have everybody come together with ideas to actually push the narrative to help out DE. In a lot of what is going on in most of this video, I am going to be talking about the community, because I'm not even blaming DE as much, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Okay, now a lot of it comes from DE, but I'm not blaming DE as much, because the community is more at fault with what's happening at this day and age. Back in the day, we had to blame DE because the community was all together, but now I don't know what's going on. I've never seen this part of the community ever before. Steve came out and said that there hasn't been any content. He is sorry, and there should have been content. Okay, if Steve himself come out and say that, and then other YouTubers were addressing what Steve said and agreed with Steve, other people outside myself agreed with Steve, because we know it's so much more that could have been done in the game, and people will come out to force themselves to make it to say you're an elitist. When have I ever came out and said I need to be the leader of the community? Okay, the thing is, people will throw the word elitist at you just for having an opinion, just for having an idea, just to downvote your idea, just so they can try to push people against you. No, that's not an elitist, but now I use it as a word of endearment, of encouragement, because I think it's cool. I don't see a problem with it now, you know? But people get so upset from you just having an opinion. How do you think that Warframe, the current game itself, is in a good position? It has dropped on Steam, it has dropped on YouTube, every single thing about Warframe, and it's failing on Twitch. It's been failing on Twitch for over a year. But the problem is that the community don't want to see this game grow. A lot of the stuff that I've went back and looked at, the community want the game to stay here. A lot of people say, oh, we don't want all these new people here. They're going to make Warframe more toxic. I don't want all these new people here because they're going to make Warframe not the game that I loved. Let the game get past that glass ceiling. Push the game to that next level. A lot of people say, oh, you just want them to focus on dropping more content so that you can have more content for your YouTube. What kind of stupid thing is that? What kind of dumb person says that? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, the way I look at it, even if a YouTuber wanted more content to make more videos, right? Even if a YouTuber wanted more content to make more videos, that is more content for you. And what a lot of people don't understand is that back in the day, Warframe had way more content than it did now. And a lot of newer people will come in and leave comments and leave the forums and just push this whole negative that if you are a veteran, you've been in the game way too long and you just need to take a step back and go play another game. Stop complaining. So you're not supposed to complain. Warframe is just one of those games that I've noticed, and a lot of YouTubers that I've talked to has noticed as well, that if you say anything that seemed like Warframe needs to improve on, you have so many people come in and say, no, the game is fine, you're just complaining, me and my friend has fun. That's not the way it works. Just because you and your friend live in a bubble does not mean that the entire game, the entirety of the game is good, because the game is in a lot of different trouble. And if you're pushing people who's been playing for a long time to go play other games, do you not know that is helping the game to fail? You're telling us to go play other games, which I'm not gonna lie to you, it's definitely healthy to go play other games. But if you start telling people, if they start having issues with the game, or if they're getting to the point that they don't have nothing to do, all go play other games, you're really helping it to fail. Its numbers on Steam starts falling. Sponsors start seeing the decline in revenue of everything else that Warframe is doing. So you're helping to kill the game by telling everybody, just go play another game. Don't come on here if you're gonna complain. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. You got a lot of different YouTubers who agree with this topic, but then after somebody puts out a video, those YouTubers will then come into your DMs and then be like, dude, that was a great video. I agree with you 100% and I support you. But then those YouTubers will then make a video about the issue and then only ask a question instead of giving your opinion. Every single YouTuber has an audience to where that they can speak to, and that audience look to you for your overall beliefs and your opinion on what you think in the game. So if you make a video asking your community their input and you didn't give anything to your community, what was the point of the video? I'm looking at it because YouTubers are definitely leaders in the community to where they can help push forward greater ideas to help out Warframe. Warframe is a smaller company. I get it. They can't push out updates like they did, right? So the thing is, indie developers, who are some of the smallest companies, push out updates all the freaking time. Now, another thing that goes on with Warframe is that the community, one of the biggest fightbacks that they give you is that if you have anything to say about Warframe, anything on how there needs to be more updates, on how they need to go back and revisit certain things, this is what they say to completely cancel your argument. But it's free. That argument only works with Warframe, because the Warframe players themselves complain about other games that's free, but when it comes to Warframe, they don't keep the same energy on when they complain about other games. Just because the game is free doesn't mean that we can't talk about the improvement that it needs. Just because the game is free doesn't mean that we can't say this could be improved. Now, going 10 months without content is just completely disrespectful all the way around, and Steve gets it. But the community wants to fight against it to say they need to keep doing is dropping skins. Have you noticed since Warframe started dropping more skins and less content, the game has progressively gone down? And these are numbers that are shown on Steam. These are numbers that are shown on Twitch. It's failing on Twitch. And these are the things. And before you come any closer to be like, well, Rio, you just want to stream it on Twitch. I rarely stream Warframe on Twitch. These are just the things that I've been noticing, and I'm seeing it in the community. Now, for Warframe as a company, I don't blame them with dropping the content and keep dropping, they keep dropping skins and things like that, color packs, all different things, dojo decorations. Why? Because those are the most upvoted things. Those are the things that the community is pushing for. That's why you can't have any sustain in the game for players to actually stay there and want to play it. I'm gonna tell you guys this. Warframe is a game that's in a league of its own. There's no other game out there that can compare to Warframe. When you compare Warframe to Destiny, it's disrespectful, because Destiny has to follow a timeline. Destiny has to follow a sequence of what things that's gonna come. Warframe doesn't have to follow anything. Ninjas play free. They've gotten away from that title so long ago. One thing about Warframe is that they're a giant box of just creative ideas. They can come out with one endgame thing. They could come out with new player thing. They can come out with dojo decorating things. They could come out with PvP. They can just drop a random event. They have no limitations. But for the fact that the community keep leading them down this path to make it seem like they have a current spot to follow, is making them less of the creative game that they are. Warframe is so much bigger than anybody else. That's why when Steve came out and said, everybody was like, this game is amazing, but it will fail. It will fail because you don't have the creative ideas to go back and actually keep everything going. For 10 months of no content, it's like I said, it's just completely disrespectful. And for you as a player to not see that your time and effort should be put into the game, and you give the game great feedback instead of complaining, oh, you're an elitist, oh my god, why are you complaining, you're a veteran, just go ahead and leave the game. Those are just ignorant people. If you love the game as much as you say you love Warframe, you would push this game, you would give creative ideas, you will come together and stop complaining and fighting against updates. If the developer himself is saying that the game needs to be updated with content and you're saying no, what are you going against? Why? Why are you like this? I really don't understand you. I really honestly don't. because with the current direction of the game, it's going downwards and you guys are waiting on Fortuna. And here's the thing, if you keep your Fortuna update and the hype in your head to a maximum and the game doesn't come out with that hype that you exactly need, you're gonna say Warframe sucks. But it's not Warframe's fault. It's the fact that you didn't deprive yourself of content for so long that you didn't build up your anticipation for Fortuna so high that Warframe can't deliver to match your hype. And that's one of the biggest problems that I have seen. So with those 10 months of no content, it's disrespectful because they could have done quality of life changes. A lot of people always ask, well, what did you want them to do? There's so many things to do. Warframe itself is still in beta. It's not even complete. So to go 10 months without content, you could have kept revisiting weapons. You could have just kept revisiting frames. You could have just kept revisiting tile sets. No matter what the thing is, you could have changed it. You could have changed enemy spawning. You could have did anything for us to go back and look at. You could have fixed the drop tables. So many things is wrong with the RNG. So if we're leaving all these things unfinished to jump to another big update, that means that you have no respect for the game. That means that you don't want the game to be polished. And that's the bad thing that comes along with this when I notice it with the community, is because I'm looking at it and I'm just like, bro, what are you really pushing for in Warframe? You just want to log in. Currently right now, vets only log in, walk around their ships. We're only logging in, walking around the ships, not doing anything. Okay, there's no excuse for that. There should have definitely been some changes to where we want to go back, tweak more weapons. They started out with the weapon upgrades, reworked and revisited. There's so many other weapons left. There's so many other different things. But another thing that I've noticed with the Warframe community is that Rebecca and DE Danielle and DE Megan is so close with the community, and they do an amazing job with the community that the player base tend to feel that they cannot give constructive feedback because Rebecca and Megan them are so nice. Rebecca asks for feedback all of the time as long as it's good feedback. You get mad at us YouTubers, but this is what they want us to do. You're saying we're complaining, they're asking us to complain. I've never gotten you guys. They're asking us to give feedback to see what it is they can improve on, but then you come up, stop complaining. Why? This is what the people who we're partnered with want us to do. They want feedback. They want the game to grow. You sitting there and babying them is actually making things worse. And that's my problem with the community, is that they just keep hindering the game from getting more growth, from going past that glass ceiling, because there's no reason for Warframe to be at the position where it's at. It's one of the best games out there. And if you don't think so, then you're completely lost. And also, to add to what they could have actually been improving on, okay, Sanctuary Onslaught came out. That game mode needs so much, but it has so much potential at the same time. They need to fix the efficiency, fix the drain, fix the enemy spawning on certain levels. But when Warframe drops an update and drops a new mode or whatever the case is, they never go back and revisit it. They always leave it there. If it's bad, if it's good, it doesn't matter. They don't touch it anymore. They just leave it there for you to play around with. You just got a new toy, have fun. The community, if we push for updates, give great feedback on what is missing, what we want, that game mode would hold over veterans. That game mode would hold me over. The problem is that the community sees these things and choose to be ignorant. They choose to be blind to the fact that Warframe has so many things that they could fix. The Warframe is amazing with so much negativity. The game is freaking fantastic. And then the other thing about Warframe community that is such a distasteful thing is that one thing that happens is that if another YouTuber that's not a part of the Warframe community comes to Warframe and gives an input that says Warframe's okay now, it's okay now, and the Warframe players will take that. They're like, oh my god, thank you so much. The reason why they take that is because the Warframe people always want acceptance. They always want to be noticed, right? So they'll take any little compliment they get. Warframe is good now. That's a backhanded slap. Warframe has always been good for the past 2 years because nothing has really changed in the past 2 years of Warframe. We've still been here grinding. They've dropped extra Warframes and different things like that. Yes, but the game has been in the same current direction. And for other YouTubers to come to the game and say it's okay now, it's good enough for the people in my audience to play it, is a backhanded slap. But a lot of Warframe people will sell you out in that current state immediately, right away, just because another different YouTuber says that it's good. Another person comes over to Twitch and says that it's good. But you've had all of these Warframe YouTubers that has been fighting for this game for so long. It doesn't matter what our input is. We have been pushing for this game. We have been fighting for this game. We love the game, clearly, else we wouldn't be playing it. Now, I'm in a comfortable place to where I can talk about whatever I want to talk about on my channel. And nobody can change that from me because I'm not a full-time YouTuber. I'm not a full-time Twitch streamer. I work full-time. So you're not going to come to me and make it seem like I need what you guys are giving me to where I'm like, yo, I have to do this before my community get upset. A lot of things with the Warframe YouTubers, a lot of them are full-time YouTubers, and it burns me up on the inside because you're a full-time YouTuber. You can barely upload Warframe content because there's no content. What are you doing? You should be the main ones out here pushing for this game, giving creative ideas on how to actually help the game. But everybody's so afraid to say anything. And I'm looking at it like, why? Why can't you just let your community know? Push the narrative. Do you know if you bring something up, how this game will change? For a lot of newer players, or for a lot of people that's newer to Warframe. 2 years ago, I don't know if you guys know, Warframe didn't have an input 2 years ago. I'm letting you guys know that right now. And for the people who think, oh, this is their game, they're going to do what they want to do. No, it's not. And I'm going to tell you that, and I'm not even being arrogant. When the forums go crazy for Warframe to change something, oh, it's being changed. I'm not saying change something for the negative. I'm just saying all positive things to push the game to be better. Why does it have to be such a negative concentration to the fact that when you have an idea? Reddit has forced Warframe to change so many things. It's insane. DE has came on dev streams. They were stressed about it. They had to do it because the community was in such an uproar. I don't know if a lot of you newer players know that. It's so many background stories that happen with Warframe to where we know that if the community comes together and say Sanctuary Onslaught needs to be fixed, PvP needs to be fixed, the RNG system needs to be fixed, everything that we're looking at needs to be changed. These are the updates that you can come out with. Quality of life changes. But guess what? People don't care about that because a lot of them only care about Fashion Frame. And if you only care about Fashion Frame, this game will never be watched on Twitch. The only time the Warframe audience has any power, the only time the Warframe audience grow any type of hair on their chest to where they feel like they want to fight back is when you bring up Destiny. Bring up Destiny. Oh, Destiny sucks. Destiny's not. Why? Because you feel threatened by Destiny when you shouldn't. Destiny should be feeling threatened by Warframe. The fact that you feed this much energy into Destiny, you should be able to play Destiny. You should be able to do whatever you want, but know that Destiny does not spark a candle next to Warframe. And it's the fact that Warframe is being held back so much that it can't be shown to be past that. The thing is, a lot of people don't want to accept it. The Fortuna update. It's currently with the Fortuna update has to be great. It's been too long without content, so now we're putting too much pressure on DE. Can they deliver that pressure from that pressure? I'm not sure. Because PoE has not gave me a good current feedback. You know? So when I'm looking at every single game mode in Warframe, none of it really stands out. Sanctuary Onslaught wasn't a complete game. It's not finished. You have PvP, needs crazy amount of fixes. Arcwing, not complete, not good. PoE is only subparly good enough. So when you look at these things in Warframe's track record, because they don't go back and fix anything, how does this give you the hype? That means you're okay with just the average. You're okay with just, it's good enough. You're not okay with getting great updates. The other thing about this game is what a lot of people don't understand is that within 10 months of no content, smaller game developers build their own game from the ground up within 10 months. Within 10 months, there's no way you can fight that. And I'm just mad. I'm just very upset because I love this community so much and I love the game. And that you have people that come out and the thing that gets me is that people that don't have an input and don't know what to say and don't know how to comprehend words being used together to say that this game needs help. They don't understand what you're saying, so they come to the point to say,
stop complaining. The game's fine. It's a free game. I don't know what you're talking about. I have fun. You're a veteran. Just leave.
Why? You don't have anything to say, then just don't speak. It's not your topic. You don't see me speaking about dojo decorations. That's not my topic. I stay within what's good for me, and I feel like everybody, if you play this game, it's your topic. There's certain conversations that some people should not enter. Dojo decorations, people who are good with farming, long endgame survival runs, defense missions, speed runs. There's certain conversation that's meant for a certain group of people in Warframe, okay? Not everybody's good in every single one. But whenever it comes to the game being better and improving, you and every single person in this game can speak on that topic. Why? Because you play this game. You have an input. You know what would increase the chances if you keep coming back to the game. You know what you love about the game. But if you keep this game in the direction to where it's going, fighting to stop content with the direction to how it's looking when the game developers themselves is saying that it needs content, that's just sick, bro. That's just out of hand. I don't get where you guys are coming from. I don't get why you guys like this. There's no reason. Warframe has never made it on Twitch with 38 million people. And for the people who says when PoE came out, those were fake Warframe numbers because it was so many bots and everything created. Warframe should be holding a consistent 20,000 people on Twitch with 38 million people watching. It's a free game. It's a free game. It's 38 million people. Why is it only holding 1,000 people in the directory? Barely. Sometimes 1,800. Barely. Like, when you look at this game and you don't understand, but I know a lot of you play the game and don't care. You just get on, get off, no emotions, blah, blah, blah. I get it. But for so many people who is invested in the game, you love the devs, you love everything about the game, stop saying that there's not a problem when we're pushing for the greater good in the game. You're the person that's literally out here hurting the game. So many people fight against Nezha. Nezha was great. Don't buff her. Buff him. Ooh, ouch. You see what I'm saying? So do these things, help the game, and let's progressively get better. The fact that some people say it's not a AAA company. We know that, Sherlock Holmes. We know it's not a AAA company. Warframe had way more updates back then, events, different things that they had to do with less people in the game. We're not fighting for endgame. We are on some points, but right now we're fighting for consistency. That's what we're fighting for, consistency. And if you want this game to survive when other games are going to be dropping, if Destiny stays the way it's at, if Anthem stays the way it's at. Now here's the thing. If you bring up Destiny, you bring up Anthem, people are like, why are you bringing that up? Just go ahead and leave and play it. No, genius, stupid. We're trying to let you understand that it's so much competition that if it's already failing at the direction to how it's failing now without us helping them out and actually want to push the narrative to help the community that we love so much, that this game is just going to keep declining. Just because you play it every day with nothing left to do doesn't mean everybody else is going to follow in your footsteps, because people actually like content. One of the biggest content Warframe dropped has been Captura. It hasn't been anything to play in the game. It has been Captura. Captura has captured more attention span from anybody else than any game mode other than like survival and defense in this game. And it's sad to say that. Captura is amazing. It's one of the best things Steve has ever came out with, because some people will know that they have no content, they have nothing to do, but will go sit there and take some pictures, record a video. It's one of the best things. Come up with new color schemes. And that's sad, because then it's not even the game that Warframe pushes it to be. It's just something that they're reaching for. Not even reaching, they're reaching for it. It's a new word today. They're reaching to really hold you with nothing left for you to go color. It's just Barbie Dreamhouse at that point. Captura is cool, I love it. But at that point, it's just Barbie Dreamhouse because there's no content. Some people just sit there fiddling their thumbs, and it's just looking like they're confused, just waiting on the next update. You're waiting. Tenogen is not content. I don't know if some of you guys know what content is from video games. That's not content. It's not. It's very subpar. It's just addition to the game. Not content, not nothing that's going to change the mechanics on how you play. That is content. The fact that Sacrifice took 52 weeks to come out is just completely embarrassment for everything else on how it's been. You may have loved Sacrifice. That's fine. That's cool. But not for 30 minutes for 52 weeks. And Steve himself came out and said that they dropped the ball on that one because they started working on it last minute to push it out. They took that to E3 as their biggest press conference for E3 was the Sacrifice. It was beautiful, but it should have just had a lot more. The end of it was not correctly finished. But if Destiny did something like that, you say the story's bad, all of this, but you have these emotional ties to Warframe because you love it. that you don't take the time to sit back and look and say, wait a minute, I really didn't get anything. That was it? So many players are confused because you don't know what emotion to hold. And just because I say these things, oh, Rio's a bad guy, he doesn't love Warframe. I probably love Warframe more than you do because I'm actually trying to push the narrative to actually help this game. Point out these things. I think DE do an amazing job. But they are at that glass ceiling because they need every video game need their player base behind them. The reason why Destiny 2 is thriving right now, and I'm sorry to keep bringing this up, but it's the only thing that gets you guys flared up. The only reason why Destiny 2 is doing amazing now with Forsaken is because Forsaken was a community-made DLC. Community feedback made DLC. They came out and said that. They didn't do it. They listened to everything from the community, and now it's loved. Let Warframe do a community-made DLC. We know it's free. We know it's free. But let it do that. Another thing with the community is that they're so afraid they give every response to fight against what you're saying. Well, what if Warframe was paid? Like every DLC, like everything that they came out with, like Fortuna. What if Fortuna costs $9.99 or $20.99? It's not, bro, so stop saying it. The fact is, you're creating situations in your head, new alternate timelines to try to make your point when all you have to do is stay on the current path on the timeline that we're talking about. Stop creating and say, well, what if it was paid? It's not. So help the game be better right now. Please, my God, the fact that I gotta come out and say this, the fact that other YouTubers hide in DMs to say I agree with you is just completely sad. There's other YouTubers that came out and made a poll to say, would you guys want content or would you guys just want Tenogen? The Tenogen blew the content idea out the way. I don't know what kind of people are playing this game. I don't know, but if you guys want a game to have longevity, long survivability, you need content, guys. Trust me, you need content, any kind. Go back and rework weapons, change over things, change the direction. And I'm not even trying to tell Warframe to work harder. I'm just saying, do what you are already doing. And if Warframe's not a AAA title game, AAA title company, why do you want them to drop a AAA release when they can't handle it? You see what I'm saying? So we should suffer a year without content just because you want Warframe to try to get close to dropping a AAA title, when most of the time it doesn't end up being that way. Warframe is filled with bugs. It's filled with everything, and it's filled with endless possibilities of growth. It's filled with endless possibilities of things to be better. And if you really want this game to be that good, then definitely go out your way to give positive feedback, to give good feedback, to actually push it. Stop downvoting content ideas on Reddit. Stop hiding these ideas. Push for it. You're a community that loves this game. Warframe loves you and you love Warframe. Show that you do. All right, man. That's all I really got for you guys today. I love you guys. I'm sorry. I was really passionate about this one. I really had to vent it out. It was a lot for me to say. And I love this community so freaking much. And I feel like it's so much more growth that is yet to come to Warframe. And it's just killing me to see where it's at right now. It's just a lot. And you shouldn't be pushing away vets, because vets helped made this game. You'll be a vet very soon. Okay? And just because somebody think different than you, as long as they're not giving a negative feedback to Warframe, why are you attacking them? Oh, you're an elitist. Stop that. Like, that just makes you look ignorant. You know? Remember, skins aren't content. A lot of people remember, look in the comment section. If the conversation is too difficult, what a lot of people tend to do is that they try to deflect. It's free. Stop complaining. Shut up. That's just what it is. But remember, we all love this game. I love you guys. You guys have an amazing one. Thank you guys so much. And I will catch you guys later on the next Warframe video. Listen, a lot of you YouTubers, y'all are out of pocket. Y'all are scared. Y'all are lazy with giving the community the feedback that they need. And I know a lot of you are scared because if you give your opinion most of the time, you're scared of the backlash. Why are you scared of the backlash? You help create mostly everything on your channel. All right. Now, I know I don't talk to a lot of you YouTubers at the same time, but I'm just saying, have the backbone to come out and help give the feedback. This is why you're with DE. The fact that you're just waiting on a weapon build when every single weapon build is almost the exact same 90% of the time, you're not helping your community. You can easily come out with one video that's going to teach everybody how to build for the rest of their lives. But no, you want to drag out build videos and not really help with feedback to help the game improve. That's all I got to say, man. I love you guys. I hope that you guys didn't take this from a negative point. It's all love and positivity here. I just had to vent it out, man. So thank you guys for the love, and I'll catch you guys later on the next Warframe video. Hey, have a dope day.